What's up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel, and today I'm going to be breaking down my $60,000 stock portfolio. I'm going to be talking about what stocks I've invested in, what my thought process behind these investments are. So let's get started. Now, I don't make a lot of videos about the stock market, mainly because of the fact that I feel like myself, am still learning a ton about stock investing. Now, when it comes to things like the gig economy or income streams, I feel like this is a sector of business that I know extremely well because I've been immersing myself in this world since I was in high school. But as far as investing and choosing stocks and being able to fundamentally look at stocks, businesses behind stocks, and be able to make an educated decision based on those numbers, this is something that I am still learning. And because of that, I don't feel like I have a place on the internet to be making videos on this topic and giving advice on stock picks whenever I myself am still learning a ton. With that being said, investing in the stock market is something that I have put a high focus on in the last year. It's something I've been doing for quite a long time. In fact, I started investing in the stock market in high school. I made quite a lot of money in my senior year of high school investing in the stock American Airlines during their bankruptcy, and then I stopped investing in my early 20s to concentrate on growing my business. And recently, in the last year to year and a half, I got back into it once everybody did because of COVID and the massive fluctuations in the market. But ever since I started investing in the stock market again last year, I really put an intense focus on trying to learn how to properly invest, trying to learn how to choose my stocks, how to decide how much and at what price I should buy it at, and how to do a fundamental analysis of every stock and every company that I invest in. And to be honest, I've learned a ton over the last year, but I still have a ton more to learn from. Now, I have to say before we dig into my stock picks, a huge shout out to Meet Kevin, because he has been probably my number one resource over the last year and learning how to invest in stocks properly. He does stock videos probably multiple times a week, and I love watching those videos and trying to see what stocks he's picking, and then I do cross research on the ones that he's doing to choose which ones are good for me. So you will see a handful of stocks that Meet Kevin has recommended over the last year that are in my portfolio, and that is not by mistake. I absolutely have taken stock advice that he's given because, in my opinion, there's nobody that's better in the game on YouTube as far as stock investing goes than Meet Kevin. So you should definitely check it out if you haven't already. So as of right now, my portfolio consists of just about 28 stocks, and its total value is just over $60,000. So in this TD Ameritrade count, you can see it has $59,543. And if we head on over to my Webull account, that's valued at $117.69. So the last time I did a video on my stock investments, I was asked the question of why are my stock investments spread across two different accounts? And to be honest, there really isn't a good reason for it. I've been using TD Ameritrade for a very long time. It's what I started investing with. And whenever I started doing YouTube, I signed up for Webull because they have a referral program. So if you use the link in my description below to sign up for a Webull account, you get 2 stocks and I get 2 stocks. And that's really why I signed up for Webull. So with that, let's dig into the very first stock. So the first stock that I have is TNA, and this is an ETF. It's actually a leveraged ETF, and you guys will see in my portfolio, I have a handful of leveraged ETFs. Now, leveraged ETFs are considered to be a bit more risky than traditional ETFs or traditional safer long-term stock investments. But the reason why I liked these is because during the pandemic in March, April, these stocks absolutely tanked almost overnight. And my thought process in investing in almost all of the leveraged ETFs that I have, the reason was the thought process of they will go back up once things return to normal. And so far, that prediction has been accurate as of right now. So as of right now, this TNA, it's Direction Daily Small Cap Bull, 3 times the shares. This is at $80.69. So if we head on back to my TD Ameritrade account, you can see that the average purchase price of this stock was $25.21. And as of right now, today, the investment is up 220%. This is the best investment that I have in my portfolio. I understand that a lot of stocks are up way more than that this year, but this one is one that I'm happy about. 220% is quite a lot, so I'm happy with this one. The next investment that I have is Nordstrom, and this is the Nordstrom chart over the last 6-month period of time. You can see that starting in about November 2nd, the stock has gone up quite a lot, which has been really, really good. So if we head over to the TD Ameritrade, you can see that I have purchased Nordstrom at an average of $15.82 per share, and as of right now, it's up 132%, and the stock price as of today is is $36.71. It's up about 5.5% today. So this is again one that has performed really well over the last 6 months that I've owned it. Now, before I dig into why I invested in Nordstrom, let's take a look at another stock that I have, which is DBI, or Designer Brand Incorporated, and they are the parent company that owns DSW Shoes. You can see here at my stock portfolio that I own 250 shares of DBI, and I bought them at $6.53, and as of today it's right about $9.25, and that position is up just above 41%. Now, the reason why I invested in both DBI and Nordstrom is because of the fact that both of these retailers continued advertising through the pandemic. This is something that I did quite a lot of research on, and for quite a while neither of these retailers cut advertising costs, and I feel like this was something that was a positive outlook on the brand as a whole. And in the case of Nordstrom, during Black Friday, the stock skyrocketed. And in the case of DBI, it's been pretty fluctuant over the last year, and 40% is certainly not a huge amount in this time and place that we're currently in, but I'm happy with both of these investments. As far as my plan for both DBI and Nordstrom, I think I will ultimately end up holding it for at least a year of the date that I purchased the position, but I don't know if either of these are long-term plays, just because I am skeptical of brick and mortar retailers going forward. And I don't know about the longevity of any single brick and mortar retailer because of the fact that online shopping is taking over. With that being said, I do think that retailers like Nordstrom and like DSW Shoes are retailers that could survive the online marketplace because of the fact that there are a lot of people out there that want to try on shoes before they purchase them, and the same goes for other types of clothes that are sold through Nordstrom. For example, jeans, dress clothes, things like that. So that is why I invested in those stocks, and as of right now, I'm just about 100% return on Nordstrom, and I'm about 40% return on DBI. Now, the next stock that I want to talk about is one that I actually made because of a Meet Kevin video I saw, and that is Lemonade. Now, Lemonade is an insurance company targeted towards millennials, and they offer pet insurance, renter's insurance, life insurance, and it's online based, which is something I really liked. I think that insurance, especially the concept of life insurance, is something that many people in my age group aren't considering, but to be honest, it probably is something they should be considering. And the fact that there is an insurance company targeting people in my age group, millennials, Gen Zs, I think is a valuable strategy. And so with that, Lemonade is at $175.98 as of today. And if we look at my TD Ameritrade account, I'm up just about 100%, 101% on that investment. And I purchased it at an average of $87.50. Now, I really didn't purchase this that long ago. It was at $87. Let's see, once it was at 87. I purchased it back in, I think, late November, early December. And so I've only been holding the position for about a month and a half, and it's been a really good performer. I like Lemonade as a long-term investment. I think that it is a solid company. I like the idea behind it, and I don't plan on selling this one anytime relatively soon. I'll probably hold it for at least a year, and I will keep an eye on how the company does moving forward and kind of reevaluate from there. Now, my next three positions are all heavily around the oil industry. Now, I invested in all of these at the beginning of the pandemic, around between March to probably August is whenever I invested in these. And this includes the ticker symbol GUSH, which is Gush. That is a leveraged ETF. I also invested in Halliburton, which is an oil company based out of Houston, Texas. And I invested in the ETF USO. Now, admittedly, I am a bit too heavy into oil, which is why since I purchased those stocks, I have not purchased any more oil-related stocks because I'm a little bit too over-leveraged, I would say. Now, my thought process with these three stocks is honestly quite simple, and that is the thought process of, with the pandemic and with people being forced to stay home, the need for gas and oil has dramatically decreased because of the fact that we're not driving anywhere, we're not flying anywhere, we're not going anywhere. And so my thought process with these is that oil prices are low, the need for oil is low, the demand for oil is low, but this will only be temporary. And once things return to normal, the prices will go back up and the demand will follow. So as of today, my USO investment is my lowest performer. I have 25 shares of USO. I purchased it at an average purchase price of $29.19, and I am currently up 22% on this investment. My second best performer is Halliburton. I purchased Halliburton at an average purchase price of $12.56 per share. It's currently up to $22 per share. I own just about 120 shares total, and I am up 75% on that investment. And my best most oil related stock is also the riskiest, and that is my leveraged ETF, which is Gush, Gush. I own 185 shares of Gush. I purchased them at an average purchase price of $27.06, and it is currently at $53.90. That is a total return of just over 99%. Now, I don't plan on keeping any of these investments long term. In fact, the year anniversary of purchasing Gush is coming up really soon, and I will probably sell after having held it for a year, and I'll probably do the same with Halliburton and USO. The reason is my long-term view on oil is definitely bearish. I am definitely pro-electric cars, pro-sustainable energy, pro-environmentally friendly, and because of that, I definitely don't think that companies like Halliburton will continue to go up forever, and that certainly is the case with leverage ETFs as well. So because of that, I will sell all three of these stocks whenever it makes sense. These are definitely relatively temporary positions because of the pandemic, and I will be selling them at some point sooner than later. Now, the last position is another one that I found from Meet Kevin, and that is the Tattooed Chef. That is TTCF. And if we look at the ticker symbol per CNBC, you can see that it has gone up and down, and as of right now, it's up 6.6% today, and it has a stock price of $25.53. For the Tattooed Chef, I own 100 shares. I purchased them at an average purchase price of $20.50, and I am currently up just about 24% on this investment. Now, I really like the Tattooed Chef because the Tattooed Chef is a company that specializes in vegan food. It seemed to be a competitor of the Impossible brand and the Beyond brand. Now, this is where my own FOMO comes into play because I am so stupid for not taking advantage of this opportunity sooner. Now, I've been a vegetarian since I was in 6th grade. I've been a vegetarian for over 15 years, and I eat majority vegan food, which means I don't eat any animal products. I stay away from dairy. I do all of that stuff. Now, whenever I first became a vegetarian, whenever I was in 6th grade, you could not just go to the store and buy vegan food. Like, you couldn't go buy non-dairy ice cream. You couldn't go buy vegetarian nuggets. You couldn't buy any of that stuff. Anytime I wanted specialty vegetarian, like comfort food, like burgers or chicken nuggets, I would have to go to Whole Foods and spend a ton of money to buy these specialty vegetarian friendly alternatives. Now today in 2020, I can go to Kroger and buy a family pack of vegan chicken nuggets. I can go to Kroger and buy a block of Impossible ground beef. This is a huge change that has happened over the last 15 years. And if I was smarter, I would have recognized that change and invested into companies like Impossible and Beyond Meat sooner than I have. And now, sitting in January of 2020, I can't really invest in Impossible brands or Beyond Meat brands because I feel like the stock prices are too high. But if I was smarter, I would have paid attention to those market trends, that market shift, which was something that I was engulfed in because I've been vegetarian for so long, and yet I was too stupid to notice it, and I didn't invest in any of those companies, and thus I missed my chance to. Well, the Tattooed Chef is my chance to redeem myself because they are kind of setting themselves up to be a really competitive competitor to products like Beyond Meat, Impossible brands, and things like that. And I think that the Tattooed Chef could be one of those products that really go to compete with those big brands. In fact, I've been using Tattooed Chef products for a very long time. I didn't realize that they were publicly traded, and I like their product. I think that they're good. They're served at my local Kroger. So all in all, I think it's a really good investment. I mean, vegan foods and vegetarian foods are not going anywhere anytime soon. I think that the market share is going to continue to expand. And because of that, I think that this is an excellent long-term investment. And I will be keeping my eye out on more vegetarian brands that are coming to market because I'm obviously too stupid to have invested in some of the big name ones that have already blown up. Now, all in all, you guys, these are a handful of the investments that I've made over the last year period of time. And for the most part, all of my positions range from between $1,500 and $2,500 in value. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I am certainly not an expert investor, and I'm certainly not somebody who is in a position to give any sort of investing advice. But I have learned a ton over the last year, and overall, I'm pretty happy with how my portfolio has performed. But you guys, I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback. If you have anything to add, make sure to leave a comment down below. While you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video.